Hi guys, can you see me? Can you hear me? Just a second. There we go. Yay! Okay, for some reason it's not loading on my phone here, which is how I'm going to be able to see. Ah, there it is. Okay. Hi. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. And my mods, I completely forgot to send you relevant links. However, I was a little more on top of things than I normally am at 1 in the morning last night. So I did actually add a bunch of links directly under the video itself. So apologies. Let's see who's here. And I'm going to have to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, Abby's here, Rain is here, Helen's here, Laura, Marie. Who else is here? Marion's here. And Nana. Hi, happy Saturday to you. Yay. Well, here we are, you guys. I promised I would do this, and here I am. It's Saturday afternoon. I don't usually do a Saturday afternoon live stream. However, this is a unique situation because I'm doing this for my Patreon group, and I polled them because that's one of the things that if you ask them, they'll tell you I do a lot. Although most of you that are in here are in my group. So yay, thank you for coming. Yay, it all worked out. Okay, so that's all good. I know it's been a while. Oh, Marie, you're in France. Wow, where is everybody coming from? I know that Helen is here in the US, and so is Abby. If you're from somewhere outside of the US, tell me. That's cool. I love these worldly events. So how are you guys doing today? All right, I'm gonna put this over here and hopefully I'll be able to see your comments. Okay. Oh, is that right? Live chat, there we go. That's what I needed to see. Rain is in Florida. Marie, you're in Toulouse, like Toulouse-Lautrec. I love Toulouse-Lautrec. Helen's in Georgia. And Marion, that's right, you're in the Netherlands. So cool. I love it. Well, I'm glad. Oh, wow, Laura, you're in Scotland. I am glad to see people from all over. Thank you for joining me. I know sometimes the only people right now that are suffering or maybe not suffering because they don't have to be here to help me right now are my beloved Australian crew. Belinda and Linda and Tina. And unfortunately, you know, this is what happens when we live on opposite sides of the world, right? Doesn't always work for everybody. But as I was saying, I did poll my Patreon group. And Michelle, you're from Botswana. Wow. Welcome. I did poll my Patreon group and they decided on this time. And it just happened to work out. And I'm sorry I haven't been live in a long time. It's been a long time for me. It really has. I have been so swamped with all things kid related. So, you know, everything that I love to do and want to do on my own kind of takes a back seat while I help, you know, get my kids through this year, which, by the way, it has been a treacherous year, right? With the pandemic just not going away yet. So I'm just very, very hopeful that we will, come summer, see our numbers going way down and getting back to normal. I would so love to just, you know, be with all my friends and my family. And this year is particularly important for me and for my closest friends because we are all turning 50. And I had 3 friends in the past 2 weeks turn 50 of my closest friends from, you know, high school days. And so it's a big year for us. But and I think it's been a hard year for everyone, whether you've gotten sick or you've stayed well. Everybody's been impacted by this. So I'm just very hopeful that we will get back to normal. That's what I'm so looking forward to. And I'm very excited because it means I will have more time for art, more time to do this kind of stuff. And also my little gardening hobby that I started, and I'm going to expand because last summer I grew tomatoes, which was like a miracle that I didn't kill a plant. So yeah, it's all good. Anyway. Aw, your 50th high school reunion is in the fall. Wow, Helen. Wow. Hi, Catherine. Just seeing who else has joined us. Yes, please share this link if you have a Facebook group or you manage a group. Please share it because I decided to do this publicly so that more people could find out about it, because I really have not been promoting Patreon at all. I just have not had time to, and I am so grateful for my patrons who have stayed here for the long haul, and they were so patient with me to be able to get to this point, to get stuff done. And you guys know I am a woman of my word, and I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. Sometimes it just takes me extra time. So here we are, and today what we thought we would do is a little bit of skin and facial feature experimentation, because that is what we did in my Patreon group last month as far as the pages that I created. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn the camera down here and show you what we have been doing. Thanks, Abby. Aw, Helen, you have an herb garden? Yeah, see, it's been, so I'm in Detroit, or Metro Detroit, and it's been cold. It's been like 50 during the day and going down to 30s and 40s at night. And I bought a bunch of tomato plants. Like, I didn't buy seeds. I bought like little baby plants. And I haven't put them outside yet because I'm afraid it's going to kill them, right? You can't put them outside if it's going to go like below 40. And I know you can put something to cover them, but I don't even know what you're supposed to put over them. So hopefully, last year I started some strawberries, and I know that it takes a year for them to come back. However, I put them out too early this year, so I hope I didn't kill those. It's all kind of a big experiment right now. I've got eggplant, tomatoes, all the different herbs, and then I have seeds for other stuff that I'm going to try, and we'll just see what happens. Oh, and I have zucchini. So if I grow any of them, I'll be happy. Marion, I'm just, oh no. So you had COVID, Marion. Oh, yeah, one of my closest friends just got over it. Yeah. Yeah, this is rough, but this is one more reason to be doing these live streams, because I know that people who are stuck at home still, I know that it brings a little bit of joy to the day, right? It brings a little bit of fun to an otherwise boring, staring at the walls, staring at the screens kind of a thing on every weekend, because you can't really be around people. Or, you know, hopefully that will start loosening up a little bit and you'll be able to be around more people soon. You know, just be safe. Just be safe. And I am so appreciative of all the people who have done their part to try to keep the numbers down and be safe. You know, I have a kid who is a little bit at risk, so we're being extra careful too. Okay. Oh, Abby, my strawberries should be okay? Yay, good. See, I don't know these things. All right, so let me show you what I have going on here. Hopefully I won't knock anything down. Yay, Helen had her vaccines. Good. I did too. I did too. It's all good. I'm just waiting for them to approve it for the little ones. Okay, so this is not a Patreon page. This is an Etsy page. So you can freely buy this one on Etsy, even if you're not in my Patreon group. But I just wanted to take this one out because let's see. This one here is the page that, this is the page that Thalassa, that is my current Patreon page. So what we do in Patreon every month is we vote, and I have my opals and pearls determine together if we are going to do a tutorial that month or if we are going to do a page that month. And that is my minimum. I always promise one or the other. Sometimes I do both. Sometimes I do more than one page. It just depends on the month. This past month has been really difficult for me, so I haven't had a lot of time to do extra stuff. And I was not feeling well for a while. I was getting really worried that there was something really wrong, but I think I'm okay. But this is the, right here, this is the Patreon only page, which at some point will probably be available on Etsy, but right now it's an exclusive on Patreon. Oh, thank you guys. I had a lot of fun with this one. I don't know, I'm starting to, the other one was my favorite at first, and then now that I've been spending more time, on this one, I really came to love this one. It was really fun for me to do the little jellyfish. So this is the Thalassa, and this one here is Calypso. So this is the Etsy page here, and this is the Patreon page. And there's going to be a third one, which I've already designed. It's already all set up. I just have to transfer it to my final paper. So I don't know if I've explained this to you, but I am a messy artist. I sometimes sketch on multiple pieces of paper. I don't do everything all on one piece of paper. If I want to perfect, like I drew the kelp, the seaweed on this one completely separately until I had it completely figured out the way I wanted it to wrap around her. And if I start doing that on a final page, I'll make a mess. So I end up working on multiple pieces of paper, and then I kind of combine everything in the end and I transfer it to a final paper. So that's why stuff takes me so long. Plus I'm doing this by hand. And what that means is it takes extra long. So one of my goals for Patreon was to have enough patrons to help me purchase a tablet, so that I can try doing some of this stuff digitally, because if I can eliminate some steps, and there's some beautiful brushes and pencils that you can use to look just like an actual pencil. If I can try that, and if it saves me time, it means I'll be more productive in the end. It means I'll be less stressed out. It means I'll be more on time with my promises and all of that stuff. So if you want to join Patreon, that is one of my goals, and the more people that join, the sooner I will be, getting to that goal. So thank you for your patience. They have been wonderful to me. But the reason that I was not working on this one today, and I will post a link in here under my description when I'm all done here, but Miss Belinda, Color with Faithful Girl, you guys know Belinda, she is going to be coloring this one Sunday night. So yeah, so I didn't want to, steal her thunder in any way. So not that I could, but but I wanted to give her an opportunity to do her own page for you guys. So I'm going to do, if we have some time today, I'm going to do a little bit of experimentation on this one, which is on Etsy. Okay, just so you guys know, you can purchase that one. You don't need a membership. So yeah. Oh no, what's wrong, Marion? YouTube is being a pain. I hope nobody else is having problems and that you guys can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay? All right. So I'm just going to go over, for those of you who are new to my channel or curious about what's going on Patreon and you've just joined us, I'm Jennifer, in case you don't know that. I'm Jennifer. Let me say hi one more time. There we go. I'm here now. I'm Jennifer, and if you're new to my channel, and I have now started a Patreon. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, it's a group, it's like a subscription service basically, but it's a group of people who together, at least this is what my take on Patreon is, together we come up with an idea, with a plan for what we are going to do. Because my goal to do Patreon is to have you guys want to accomplish something or want to practice something, want to get better at something, and then take my skill set, because I'm a former teacher, former art teacher, and I want to be able to take those little bits and pieces and figure out a way to get best, you know, done what you want to get done. So what we've done every month is we've done a poll, or 3. And I've started out with my opals and my pearls, and we've decided, as I said a few minutes ago, we decided each month what we were going to focus on, whether it was going to be a page specifically or a tutorial. My first month I didn't do a page. I did multiple tutorials, but they were also based on an image that I did for, can you guys see that? This fairy image. So what we did, I did for February, I did the fairy skin, the first portion, but we just did a portion of it on her face. And then we did, for Patreon, multiple other videos to help try to finish up parts of this page. So that was the first month that I was on Patreon. We did all that. So I can't even remember if it was 5 or 6 videos. I don't remember. Hi, Dorothy. Yay. You made it. Ah, okay, Marion. Yeah, sometimes stuff starts acting weird. Anyway, so what I did for my first month on Patreon is I took this page that I had colored and broke down everything into a separate little tutorial, so all of my patrons had access to all of those tutorials. And many of them had this page from February, from that whole Epic Events February thing. So we did Dewy Skin Tones 2, because it was the second part. We did the fairy eyes. We did a quick study on her eyes. And then we did spun gold fairy hair. So it was all in separate chunks. So that's what we did the first month. I also did, because it was February, we did sort of a Valentine's Day heart bouquet background. So just kind of a cool thing. So we had a lot of stuff the first month. And then the next month, I think it was, I did a little sketch on how to draw. Some of my patrons expressed to me that they would like to learn how to draw. Now, I don't know, because it seems like it's not the majority of people. The majority of people either want a coloring page every month or they want a tutorial on coloring. But a few of my patrons wanted to actually learn how to draw. So we did a little one here, and I have some other drawing tutorials that I have not released. If that's something that, like how to draw the eye that I drew for you guys, if that's something that you want to explore a little bit more, then that's something in the Patreon polls. That's something that you should definitely let me know. And you know, it's Patreon, it's a monthly subscription. So every month I have a different group. It's not always the same people. Some people leave, some people come. So as the months go on, I will re-poll people to see where it is that you guys are, what you want to accomplish from this. If your goal is more drawing, if your goal is more tutorials, if your goal is more coloring pages, because you know, we can customize this so it's what you want it to be. Everybody's doing good? Okay. And then this was the next page, I don't know if you can't see this whole thing. This is my ribbon princess. Can you see that? Or is it all bright and white? So you see the little butterfly. So that is the butterfly that my group learned how to draw. Okay, so I wanted to make a connection. How can we take a page and learn how I got to this point on this page and show you, explore with you, and explain it a little bit so that it makes sense to you, so that it's more meaningful. So that's what we did with that group. And this was just a simple how to sketch a butterfly kind of a thing. It wasn't a detailed drawing. All right. What we also did, because my patrons were so good to me and they helped me to achieve my goals, my first goal, which was to get to a certain number of people by, so soon, and we actually we got to the first goal quickly. Now that I've stalled a little bit, I need to get back up and promoting, and any promoting that you guys do to help me get more people, I appreciate so much, because what that does is it's more of an investment for people, and then it becomes more of an investment for me. If more people are interested in this sort of customized plan to do more on your own, then let that be known, and I will, do more for that, especially come summer. That is my plan. But so what we did as a bonus page is I drew this eye, and this is the eye that I actually do have a tutorial on how to draw, by the way. Haven't released it yet though. But this is what we did as a bonus. I said thank you for helping me get to my first goal, because we did it so quickly. I think it was like in the first 2 weeks I achieved my first goal, which is really good. Now I have some loftier goals that I'm going to ask you guys to help me try to reach. Help me, help me, help me. Tell your friends about my Patreon, okay? Because this is fun and this is cool, and it's what you want it to be, because you guys are helping me build it. We're building the community. We're building the structure of what we do with our time. So this was an eye practice page. I had people saying that they wanted to learn how to do facial features after I gave them this as a bonus. And so what I've done is I created this page, and it's a personal goal page. So you determine what it is that you want to do on whatever particular day with these kinds of worksheets, okay? So personal goal for today. For example, maybe I want to do a better job creating green eyes. So, or green irises. Maybe I want to practice green irises. I would put that on the page. And you know what? Make as many copies as you want. It's yours. And from there, you every day or every time that you go to practice something, you put your goals down so you can see what you were aiming to do. And here you can write the numbers, you can swatch your colors, you can write the brand name. Or if you don't want to write the brand name, if you're using all the same brands all the time, use this space on here to help you figure out what you used it for. So like I might say I used Nectar, Prismacolor Nectar for the creases in the eyelids, just so I have notes for that. So when I go to do a page, if I had success on the practice, I can take that information and do it on my final coloring page and make it look really good. I hope that makes sense. I'm just looking at all your comments right now, guys. Round aquarelle paper? I don't even know what that is, Marianne. You'll have to take a picture and send it. That's cool. Is round paper? Weird. Very cool, though. You missed the butterfly, Abby? Ah, okay. So let's talk about this. Abby, dear Abby, Abby missed the butterfly tutorial. This is how my Patreon works. Every month, towards the beginning of the month, I aim for the first of the month, but sometimes it's a few days in. This time I was really behind, but I warned my patrons. They knew it was going to be behind. At the beginning of the month or towards the beginning, I will post links to tutorials or pages. And then it stays up all month. And a couple days before the end of the month, I try to give you a warning so that you know that I'm going to remove those links. They get removed the end of the month, okay? The reason for that is that, to me, it's unfair if somebody, I mean, I have some of my patrons have been here since the beginning. They've stuck around, they are enjoying the content, and they have paid good money every month for this. And it's not fair to those people. It's not fair to me if somebody comes in 1 month, grabs everything, and then leaves. That's just not fair. So what I have done to try to make it fair to everyone, and to also not make it, you know, I don't want this to be a punishment. That's not my goal at all. And I will work with you. If you have an issue, you let me know. It's not a problem. I have somebody who reached out to me who's got some health issues and she can't always get to stuff. So, you know, we have our own arrangement. But Abby forgot to get the butterfly, or she didn't see it. Okay, if you are a pearl, I have 3 tiers. The first one is my pave, which is basically a donation that you're making, and I say thank you to those people who are just sticking around just to help me out, just to see me continue to do what I do, and I appreciate them. There are really no benefits. Every once in a while I'll throw in one. But the next tier for Patreon for me is my Pearl tier. That's a basic, that's the next basic level. And what that entitles you to is, if you are just looking to get the page or the tutorial, it's there. But you have to be on top of things, and you have to grab it when it's there. Remember to get the link, remember to, and you can copy the links and save them for yourself later. I encourage you to do that. I am not taking down tutorials off of YouTube. They are there, but you have to have the links to them, okay? Now, if you are the next tier up, which is my opals, right now my opal is my top tier. However, come June, there will be other tiers as well that go above opal. But right now, my opals is the beginning of my full service, which means that if you have forgotten, at the end of every month, once I've taken down the links, I send you a message on Patreon with all of the links from that month so that you have them. So if you ever are lost, if you ever need to go back to find it, it's in your messages, okay? And you can access them, whether you're, you know, you can go to them and copy them and paste them somewhere, and you will still have access to them, whether you're my patron or not. You just have to hang on to those links, but they are there. So Abby, if you check your messages on Patreon, you should be able to find the butterfly. If for some reason it's not in there, then I messed up, which means that I will have to fix it. Hi, Sherry. Okay, and I also give you instructions on Patreon on how to save a video on YouTube so you can watch it later. I have specific instructions, those stay up, and it's actually a few different ways to do it. So not just from my YouTube channel, but if there's stuff that you find yourself wanting to watch later, let's say it's 1 in the morning and somebody's, you know, on the other side of the world doing a live stream, and you're like, I can't stay up right now. Watch later. I'll show you how to do it. If you go to my Patreon, it's in there. So that's for any Patreons, any patrons in my Patreon. Let's see. Oh, very cool, Marion. I love that. Okay, but Abby and whoever else, if you have any issues and you can't find what you're looking for, just send me a message. I can't promise you that I'll be like, you know, immediate with my response, but I'll do my best. Okay, but anyway, so I think, did I cover? Oh, so this is what I was going to tell you guys. So we did all of these. Sorry, I have like 3 piles going on here. I just want to see what I have here so I can show you appropriately. Well, I did have a printout. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it's under here. Hello, noses. Where are you, noses? No, I don't know where I put them. I did have a printout. I don't anymore. Well, regardless. So one of the things that my patrons requested was that we do some facial feature coloring. So they weren't interested in the drawing at the time. They really wanted to do some more coloring and practice. So I did develop that bonus eye page, which, by the way, the bonus eye page, wherever that just went, right here, bonus eye page is now on Etsy, just the eye page. The other pages are not. If you want this, because I'm going to be practicing with it today, I'm going to be showing you some stuff today. If you want this, you can go and get it on Etsy, okay? And maybe I'll throw a code in here too, so you can use it there for a discount. The things that you won't get though, if you're an opal, which is my higher tier right now, I did offer them a much larger version of light and dark eyes. And we did some lip practice as well. So all these facial features. But the tutorial that I completed for them was how to color noses and skin tones, different skin tones. So we did 2 different variations on skin tones. And these skin tones coordinated with my, you guys all know this, I'm always pulling this out, my Secrets of Coloring book, right? Can you see that whole thing? Probably not. So in this book, I have skin tones. This is Secrets of Coloring too. So I have skin tones. I hope you can see when I hold that up. So we did the first 2. We did a neutral and a cool. And then I have a couple others as well. So you could practice any of these using those pages. That's up to you. Sherry. Okay, so Michelle, can we pay extra for past tutorials? So let me try to answer your questions. So here, Michelle just asked if you can pay for extra for past tutorials. So something that I decided I was going to do, because of, like I said, I wanted this to be fair to everyone. For a higher tier, which I have not created yet, but I will for next month. I just need to wait until school is out. It's too insane here. And I don't want to make promises to you that I can't keep. That's a pet peeve for me, people who can't keep promises. I mean, you guys know I run late, but I always keep my promise. But if I cannot do this, I'm not going to tell you I can, because that's just not fair to you. Come June, I will have some time to add in some more tiers. When I do, one of the main benefits for an upper tier is going to be access to previous tutorials and previous pages. So to answer your question, Michelle, yes, and I'm sorry about the dog in the background. Okay, I hope that answers your question. You have book number 1, others are on your wish list. Aww. And Marie, you have the 2 first books. Yay! Gosh, you guys all do. Yay! Well, it's all in there. So you can tailor this for yourself. So if you want to do like the deeper skin tone, then you just take those colors and you replace the colors that I have used in the tutorial that I showed you. So it's easy. And the reason that I used the book to do these tutorials was to kind of tie it together, because it's basic. It breaks it down really easy for you. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. I mean, sometimes I adjust the wheel a little bit, but to make it a little different, but it's the basics of skin tone coloring. So, and it works. All right, so what else do we have here? So we did skin tones, and because we did skin tones, where did it go? Now I'm moving everything all over the place. Because we did skin tones, I also created a conversion page for Prismas, Polys, and Luminance for my opals. That's my higher tier that gets the extra perks. so that if they don't have Luminance pencils, which I like to use Luminance pencils for skin tones usually. Although today when I do this little eye demo for you guys, I'm not going to be using Luminance. I'm going to be using Prismas because that's what you guys all want. So, or at least that's what I'm hearing. So I do have this page readily available if you want the conversions. All right, I'm making such a mess here. Oh, here are all my noses and lips. Okay, so, and I started to do some lips too, that I can show you guys. I promised my Patreons that I was going to do another tutorial, and I have one of these recorded. I can't even remember which one I recorded, but I will edit it and put it out there. But lips using markers. So if you want some variation, some other ways to go about doing this, we've got that. And then I, of course, have the noses, different skin tones. Okay. Oops. Good, good, good. I think we're good with all this. I've shown you everything we've done so far on Patreon. Let's see. So Michelle, yes. So I hope that answered your question. I'm just not there yet. I will do it in June. I promise. That is one of my goals, to do it in June. So that will be the next tier up, or 2 tiers up. I'm not sure. But be on the lookout. So even if you, I think that even if you join before that time, you can switch over to a higher tier, and the Patreon will only charge you the difference once you do that. So it's a win-win, and you can't really lose that way. All right, so enough said about that stuff. So I am taking Thalassa away. Again, Belinda will be coloring her. Sunday night, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, guys. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day Eve, okay? So I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, and by the way, as always, these come in light, medium, and dark. I do that for all of my actual coloring pages. I did not do that for the eye practice page that is on Etsy. There's just one version of it right now, just so you know. I did not have time to do the other ones yet, so okay. And then again, this was another thing that was on Etsy. We did light ones. Oh, and then my opals had access to line art too for the features. So we did eyes, and then I did some larger versions for my opals as well. So my opals are basically, they get a little bit extra, you know, some other variations of pages. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I'm answering all of your questions. Sorry, I was babbling there for a second. Markers, I need so much help with those. Good, because Dorothy, we are going to work on markers today. Happy Mother's Day, Abby. Okay, it's her Grandparents' Day. Yeah, there should be one. Okay, so I am going to go back to, oops, I didn't mean to do that. My desk, there we go. Okay, so I have to tell you guys something fun before I get started on this today. What am I doing here? Okay, well, maybe I should do this. I'm gonna go back to the screen I was just in. Sorry, you guys, I'm not trying to drive you nuts. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is I need to show you this because this is cool, and I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. All right. In the Secrets of Coloring 2, if you guys have this book, you know that I recommend certain products in here. And which, by the way, when I recommend products, so far I have never been paid by any company to recommend a product. When I recommend a product, it's because I've tested it and I believe in it. I think it's a good value for, I know some people are on a budget. You guys, not everybody can afford all, 1,000 Copic colors. I know it's not 1,000, but you understand what I'm saying. So you'll see that I use a lot of budget markers. So if you guys see this, my gift coloring page. So I used these Touch New markers here to do this gift coloring page. And the Touch New markers are alcohol-based markers. They are really rich pigmented alcohol-based markers, and they're nice. They're not expensive. Do they compare to Copic? Copic is kind of in its own category, but if you're looking for a budget marker, I would highly recommend them. I don't even know if they're still available on Amazon. However, the sister company is called Arrtx, Arrtx. They have the same range of colors, exactly the same colors. The, what is it called? Encasing that goes around the marker nib that, is part of the structure of the marker is the only thing that's different. It's more well-made. It's like an update to the Touch New. So the Arrtx markers are really nice. I have those too. And they come in beautiful, beautiful colors. I have the full range of colors. So I use these from time to time when I'm coloring. But these are the Touch New markers. This one is 40 pieces. And I don't even know if you can get these on Amazon anymore. But I'm going to give away a set of these today. This particular set will be for people in the US only. However, I do have another set to give away that goes beyond that. So these ones are, you can see, it's like in this cute little case. And it comes with a chisel on one side, and on the other side is this little mini bullet, right? And they're great. They're great markers. I have not had any issues with them. Every once in a while you will get a dried out marker or something like that, but I've never had anything, like leaking all over the place. I've had a couple sets of markers that were not good in that capacity. All right, so now, exciting new stuff. So because I know the people at Arrtx, and I was bugging them, I think maybe they did this just for me. I was bugging them for the longest time because these are my Copics, you guys, and I love, love, love my Copics with the brush nib, right? I love those. So because I love these so much and I use these, I reached for these because I like a brush better than a chisel. I bugged them and said, can you please make a brush? So they have developed brush markers. Yay! And it's just recent. So I'm going to show them to you. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking at your questions. Do you have any advice on marker brands? Alcohol or water? I do not care for water-based markers for the most part. The only time that I would recommend a water-based marker over an alcohol-based marker is if you are coloring in a book that you can't afford to have leak out onto the next page. That is the only reason to me for using a water-based marker. They kind of destroy the texture of your paper because water mixed with paper is not good. Whereas alcohol seeps into the paper and dries up real quickly, so it doesn't create a mess. I like alcohol-based markers. I love Copics. I know people have had success with Blick. I've used, actually, you know what? I do have a couple Blick markers, and they're good. They are good. They are good. And what other markers do I like? Oh, I'll have to look at the names of my other sets that are not Copic. Prismacolor makes markers, and those are nice. I don't like them as much as I like Copics. But so what this company, Arrtx, has come out with, and I'm going to show you guys this. This is really cool. I love them, and they're very kind, and they're a really nice company to deal with. Like, they're just such nice people, and they have integrity. They care about their product. So if there's something wrong, you let them know and they'll fix it. So I have here, I'm going to show you guys this. This is a big mother load here. Check this out. Okay, you see that? So this is a set, it looks huge, right, of 80 markers. And I want to say that it's on Amazon right now for $75, something like that. I think that's what it costs. If you were to buy 80 Copic markers are what, like $4, $5, $6 a pop? I don't even remember what the cost is. You know, you're going to be spending a lot of money. But the thing that I do like about these, look how cute this is. This comes with a carrying case. It's like kind of funky looking carrying case, a bag, a zipper bag, right? I think it's got a zipper on it. To open it up. And if you look inside, these are all the markers, okay? Lots of markers. Okay, and the color is close to what the end is, which is definitely helpful. In addition, they have these cute little marker stands that you can put together. I don't know how you do this. I haven't tried yet. Oh, there we go. That was easy enough. So you can put together a marker stand. So if you're using a certain number of markers, they're right in front of you, that kind of a thing. If you don't want your marker stand, you can also use, they have the upright containers that come with. So they sent me these to test out, and I promised them that when I went live at some point soon, I would show everybody how they work. Let's see, where can I put all this stuff in my big disaster here? Okay, so here's the, and I didn't show you the other ones. Hello. So here, right here, I have a smaller set. This one's 36. And these are specifically, you guys are gonna like this. These are another bag. And it comes with the little marker stands and all that good stuff. But these are specifically skin tones. All skin tones, 36 colors. And there's a pretty nice range here. It's pretty nice. There's some cooler colors, there's some warmer colors, there's some darker colors, there's some lighter colors. It's a lot of colors though for skin. So I would suggest that if you're gonna try to do skin with markers, that you swatch them all, because there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? Okay. Let's see. Hi, Fern. Going back. Okay. So with that said, I thought what we would do today, oh, by the way, the skin tone marker set, I am going to give away a set of those markers today. Okay? And they are all brush markers. They're brush markers. And they're nice. So I'm going to show you how they work. All right, let me move this stuff out of the way. Make sure I don't need any of this anymore. And if you're just joining us, this is my launch party. I am for Patreon. I am on Patreon now. And what do I offer? I offer coloring pages, coloring tutorials, and we are building a community. we are making our own community of people who are interested in learning things together. And I'm very, very open to what it is that you want to learn. I'm a teacher. That's what I do. And I'm an illustrator by trade. So I combine those things to help you get what you want out of it. So that's what we do on Patreon. And, you know, I'm an illustrator. I'm an artist. I love to draw. So that's what I do. So, you know, some months you'll get a page. Some months you'll get a tutorial. And some months you'll get more than just one thing. All right. So, and if you have any questions, message me, please. Okay. So I think I have everything. Now I don't know what I did with. I'm sorry, guys. I am just not all here right now. I'm looking for my eye page because we are going to do some eye experimentation. Now, again, as I said earlier, the eye pages are, it's not in here. The eye pages were a bonus for my Patreon members, and the one eye page is currently on Etsy. So if you want it, you can get it on Etsy. Oh, here are my noses. I was looking for these earlier. These were the noses that we did. Grayscale noses. Okay. Let me just find, oh, there they are. I've made myself a mess here. So again, 2 sets of markers today I'm going to give away. Sorry guys, a little house cleaning here so I can find what I did with the stuff that I had here. And this is my experimentation page. Ah, here's what we're looking for. Okay, good. Move these markers all out of the way now. Okay, I think I should be good. Whew. All right, so now I'm going to switch my camera to just my desk. I'm just looking at your chat here. Ooh, you've printed marker stands. Cool. So the brush tip ones are the ones that I'm going to give away. I have 2 sets I'm going to give away. One of them is the Touch New ones that are no longer, well, they might still be on Amazon. I'm not sure. Those are the chisel style one end and the other end a mini bullet. And then the other marker set I'm going to give away is the brush marker set. It's the skin tone ones. It's 36 markers. Is there a link for my Patreon? Oh, thank you, Daniela. That's so sweet. So there is a link in the description for Patreon. It's just patreon.com/Jennifer Zimmermann. It's pretty simple, but if you want it, it's actually in there, and maybe one of my mods, Abby or Kimmy, can grab that for me. Okay. Just bought Black Widow skin tone sets. Yep. I have the Black Widows too. Okay. Oh, thanks, Nanimo. Okay, so I am going to work on this with you guys today. How about that? And darker skin. Yes, I know everybody's always asking for darker skin tones, and that is something we will definitely put on the to-do list. That is 100% something I'm going to do with you guys. I know it's a very requested thing. I created this mermaid to specifically use darker skin tones on her. So hopefully we'll get to that at some point. That would be cool. All right, so let's do eyes. This is something that I've been promising my patrons. Let's see. Do I not have? I should have a Patreon link in my description. I'm going to put it I'm going to make a link right here. Give me one sec because I don't want you guys to miss out. Okay, so I just posted it. Hopefully that'll help you. I don't know if you can see it or copy it, and I will put it also in the beginning of my description. I'll do that too. Okay, I just can't do it here because I have too many things going on right now, but I will do it as soon as this is over. Unless somebody else wants to grab that and repost it in somewhere. I guess you can't alter my description. Okay, so here I have this page again. This is now on Etsy. Only this one is on Etsy. I don't have the line art on Etsy. I don't have the extra large size on Etsy. If you are interested in learning how to draw this eye, again, I have a tutorial that I have not yet released. And I'm trying to decide if it's something I want to release on Etsy. I don't know if my patrons are, you know, if that's something that they would prefer to have 1 month. I have to figure that part out. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I'm going to get started. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use some basic Prismas and for skin tones. And I'm also going to try to experiment with markers. So let's do markers first, right? Why not? All right, I'm just going to take a drink. If you guys need to get a drink or make a pit stop, go do that now. If you want to purchase this, it's on Etsy. You can print it, download it, print it, get it going. I'm going to do one with markers and one with Prismacolors. How about that? And maybe we'll see what time we have. Maybe I'll try to combine some. Okay. Marie is interested in drawing eyes. Marie, I don't know if you were there in the beginning when this was the bonus page in Patreon. So that's good to know. Like I said, we have a changing group of people. Some people come, some people go. So I'm always going to monitor that to know what you guys want. All right, so let's do markers first. Why not, right? All right, and I am using the Arrtx markers. I have a nice selection here I've put aside, and you can, I would highly recommend that you, let's just do a little experimentation before I do anything. I would highly recommend that you swatch markers if you're going to get markers. I hate swatching, you guys. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate swatching. I dislike swatching. It's just not my favorite thing to do, and I am not a particularly OCD kind of a person who needs to have swatches for everything. I like to look, that's one of the reasons that I love my Prismacolor pencils, because whatever I put down here, I know is going to look like the actual color here, and it's going to be very similar to the color on the barrel itself. That's one of the reasons that my go-to is the Prismacolor. Now, with these markers, I would suggest that, well, you know, alcohol is a little weird. You know, it changes after it's been laid down. So I'm going to start with one of my lightest colors. Let's see, 314. Can I not find the color I was looking for now? What did I do with it? Ah, here it is. Okay. So you can see just how light this is. And by the way, I am going to start this by saying that I am not, by any means, your marker expert. I use markers, and I was taught as an illustrator to use markers in school as part of a mixed media type technique. So here's this gorgeous nib, right? And you can go thick or you can go thin. That's what I love about these. I am not a marker expert. the person that I would say is the closest thing to a marker expert, you guys might know her, is Belinda. Belinda, who's going to be doing my Thalassa page on Sunday night. So she is so good with her Copics, and she loves Copics. I wonder what she would think of these. I don't know, maybe we'll get her a set. So the thing about these alcohol markers is when you put down a layer, and the thing I like, somebody was asking me earlier about alcohol versus water. You can see when I put this down in individual strokes, you can't really see the strokes now. They blend together. With water marker, you will always see the strokes, and that is the biggest issue I have with water-based markers. So, just reading your comments. When I did The Secrets of Coloring 2, you guys, I don't know, most of you have this book, or at least a lot of you said that you have it, but at the end of this book, do you guys know this little section here with all the swatches? Those are all individually swatched, different colors. I had an angel come and help me with those because there's no way I would have gotten them done for that book, and she was wonderful. She swatched a bunch of them for me, and that way I was able to just compare and, you know, with my eye for color, knowing what's going to work with what, instead of spending my time swatching. All right, so I'm going back to this. This is, by the way, this is a color called 314, which is going to disappear before your eyes. Are the nibs flexible? They're not as flexible as Copic. They're not as flexible as Copic. They're somewhat flexible. So here is, that's a great question. You can see me flexing it. I don't know how else to do this so you guys can see it. That's about as flexible as it is. Okay, so they're not as flexible as Copic. Here's a Copic. Copic is a little bit more flexible. But it doesn't hinder me though. I think it's fine. Now, the thing with alcohol markers is that you can put a layer down, let that layer dry, and then you can work on top of it and slowly add more. Now, like I said, I am not a marker expert. So with all of the blending, I know Belinda does a ton of blending of markers. I cannot honestly and factually and accurately state whether these are going to blend like Copics or not. I don't know because I don't use them like that. You are welcome to, you know, make that determination. I would love to see what Belinda thinks. But I do love these markers. I mean, they're great for, you can see it's nice to be able to blend them. You cannot do that with a water-based marker. I hope that helps. Let's see. Laura, get her to do all the hard labor. No, they're not felt. They are similar to Copic's nibs. They're really nice. They're really nice. I really like them. All right, so let's get started, shall we? I'm going to be doing some testing over here, most likely. So we'll start with this one here. And this will be my marker rendition. This is going to be my Arrtx, Arrtx, my Arrtx rendition, okay? And these are using the skin tones. And I will use, for the iris, I'll be using some from the other set as well. Okay, so my first color here is, what did I just do with that pencil? 314. 314. Now, this is one way that you can use this, and you could write down, you know, the number or the color name here, black, or I might say, for this part here, I might say basic skin, like the base color that I'm going to use, okay? It's up to you how you want to use these slots, and I could actually redesign this page even and put an additional slot here if that would help. So that's for that. So I'm going to start lightly. This is a really light color. This is one of the lighter colors that there is. So I'm going to start with this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just coat this whole area. And I move kind of quickly, and I'm going to go into the eyebrow hair here too, by the way, because you do have skin underneath your eyebrows. And this is just a basic skin color that I'm doing for you right now. We could do a much darker skin tone too. I would have to test the markers to see exactly what's possible. I'm not sure as far as like darker skin tones. I haven't gotten that far yet. I just wanted to do as I promised and do a little live testing with them for you. Okay, so you see how nice and smooth that is? I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that a little better. Okay, so yes, Belinda is the marker fairy. I call her the marker queen. I call her the marker queen. And I have a friend, Paul, who sometimes jumps on here, and he is the marker king. I wonder what he would think of these. Okay, so now I'm going to go over this area. I have used, Arrtx makes like literally paintbrush end markers, you know, with the bristles, and they're water-based. I've used those too. Those I like, they're fun, but they are not going to give you, if you're trying to achieve like a smoothness, you're not going to get that there. But they are definitely a lot of fun. I like them. The colors are vibrant and beautiful. I might have those on my Amazon influencer page, which Abby, I don't know if you see that in there. I know it's in my description, the influencer page. So what my Amazon influencer page is it's a shop with my name on it, with Modern Coloring on it, and it's all my favorite items. It's all the things that I give my stamp of approval, and I have a little explanation for each. And what it does is if you purchase something from there, it basically puts pennies in my cup for me to purchase more supplies once it all adds up. It costs you nothing to purchase from those links. It's Amazon's way of thanking me for making recommendations to my followers, and it's just a win-win because, you know, that way at least eventually I'm able to purchase some more things. So I just purchased a bunch of different kneaded erasers to test out to see the differences between the brands. Laura, I don't know about the waterproof ink printer, but this is from an HP Envy inkjet printer, just FYI. I don't know, I don't think it's waterproof. If you use a water-based marker, you're going to have a mess, for sure. But it should be okay if you're just using an alcohol base. So you see how I'm doing like little short flecks and I'm sort of tilting my marker up or down a little bit to soften that. One thing I really don't know how to do is to blend with the different colors. I know there's a zero, so there's this zero color, and I don't quite understand how it works. Like, does it soften this? I don't know. So that's a Belinda question. Maybe we can get Belinda to watch this later when she wakes up and to give us some answers. I'll ask her. I don't know if it really does anything. Aw. Okay, Abby, don't worry about it. I'll put it in there later. I meant to send you links this morning. It's one of the things I completely forgot. All right, so that was 314. That's my basic skin color. And now I'm going to go into, I have a slightly darker color. The one thing I will say is these colors aren't organized in a way that I understand yet. You know, they kind of came together in a group, and maybe they were organized in the box before I opened it. I'm not sure. This is 305. It's a slightly darker color, not much. And I'm going to use this for sort of all around creases and eyelid itself. So I just wrote that down, creases and eyelid. You know what, Laura, what I was just going to say, somebody just contacted me yesterday, actually. I offer a, in my Etsy shop, I offer a faux tone tan paper. So you can print tone tan onto white paper and then use it like tone tan paper, or similarly, I should say. And I warned her, I told her to print it, and because it's ink all over the whole paper, you have to let it dry, and I would let it dry for 24 hours if you can, you know, because sometimes stuff smears when you go to print your page on top of that, because you use it underneath a coloring page. Like first you print the tone tan paper, and then once that dries, you print whatever coloring page you want to print. That's a PDF. But definitely wait as long as you can. Okay, so little flecks, small flecks, and I'm going to turn my page. I always turn my page to get into some of these spots. I just want this to blend. The smaller the stroke, the more it's going to blend. And the other thing that you need to keep in mind is that this is alcohol-based ink. This ink is going to dry differently than it goes down. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's going to look a little bit different. It usually lightens a little. So it's like, you know, it's another product, another material you have to get used to using. So it's like oil paint or gouache or acrylic. They all have different reactions. So gouache paint dries one way and oil paint dries another. You have to sort of get used to that stuff. The O marker takes away mistakes and helps blend a little. Okay, thanks, Abby. That's kind of what I figured, but I just want something to completely soften that edge. I mean, it looks pretty good to me, actually. It does not look bad. All right, I'm going to go back into my 314 for a minute and try to blend this a little bit more because I just want to soften it. And the 314, again, is lighter than the last color I used. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. Hope my Arrtx people like this. They do make great products. Okay, now I got to forgot to do my lower areas here. And the rim of your eye right here is usually lighter than your skin color. Might have a little bit of color to it, but I don't add much. That's what gives it kind of a different dimension. Does it work if I buy on Amazon NL? Is that News NL? Is that, oh, Netherlands? It won't work, Marion, as far as I don't think it will work as far as my benefit, but that's okay. If you can find it there and that's where you buy from, then that's where you buy from. I used to have a UK version of my store set up, and I just didn't have that much traffic going there, so they shut it down. And I just never tried to reinstate it. I'm too busy. I have too many other things going on, you know. But I do have my American store, so you can always look at it and see what I put there and then buy it on your own store. Okay, that looks good. I think that looks pretty good for markers, right? I'm always amazed at what Belinda does with markers. I don't know if I will ever get to her level with markers. Okay, so that was 305 and 314. Okay, use just a little bit more here. All right, and then now I am going to do 306, which is a slightly darker color. Where is 306? Here it is. Okay. Oh, and I didn't show you this. So one end is chisel. One end is chisel. So if you do, if you do want to, use a chisel nib, you can. And there is definitely a time and a place for a chisel nib. Okay, so you can see that's a slightly darker color than what I've been using. So this is 306. And this is, we're going to use this for crease. And again, you could go back into your lighter colors and blend stuff out a little bit more. I'm just kind of going sort of quickly here so that we have enough time to do a little bit of other stuff. I think I'll do a giveaway soon. How about that? Okay. So I like it. That was 306, and let's do 310. 310, where's 310? Here's 310. So 310 is like a light pink. After I finish this one, we'll do our first giveaway. Let's see if we can get 30 people in here. 310, which is going to be pink accents. I'm going to call it pink accents. So sometimes you'll see more warmth when the skin turns away from us. So as it's rolling around here over the brow bone, you'll see a more intense color there. I also sometimes like to use it in the eye. Right? Hi, Della. Yes, Dorothy, yes. I meant to tell you guys. So in my Amazon influencer storefront, those links are in there for both these sets, and there's a combination set. And one of the sets, as Dorothy said, is 5%. It's 5% on the skin tone set, and then 15% off on the 80 brush set. So if you're interested in these, you want to, test them out. I mean, this is going to be a lot less expensive than buying a bunch of Copics. I'll say that much. But I love Copics. I'm not knocking them, but they are definitely much more expensive, and they are my favorites. So I'm just blending this back with my 314. Look at that. That looks really pretty, I think. Right? Pretty subtle, basic, but I like it. Now let's see if I can use the 0 in here. I don't know if this will work to get some of this out, like Abby said. Oh, it does kind of erase a little bit. Thanks, Abby. I think I knew that a long time ago, and I just don't use markers very much, especially for this purpose. Okay. What's next? 310, 311. I'm going to just add a couple little flecks of 311, really, because I don't want to give. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys, when you're coloring eyes and you're using pink. I just said eyes in pink. If I put too much pink in my eyes, it's going to make it look like my subject has what we call pink eye or conjunctivitis or some other kind of eye illness. So we have to be careful. So just accents, just a little. No, you cannot buy individual Arrtx markers, at least not that I know of. And these are new, you guys. These are brand new. They just came out with them, and they contacted me, I don't know, maybe it was a month ago, or a little more than a month ago, to tell me about them, because they knew I had been asking since 2019. So you see I'm just adding a couple flecks here, not a lot. And I think we're about done with our skin. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more darkness over here where this is my 305 again, where you would see, like, I hate to call it eye bags, but So the other thing I wanted to say is anytime you're using any color, like the 314 or anything, go over it a second time if you need to darken something. Second coats over the first coat will give you a slightly darker shade. So if you need to blend something out, that's one easy way to blend it. Looks good. I feel like we need a little more pink in the actual lid. Yeah, sorry about that stuff, guys. I completely forgot. I saw that this morning, that one of them was 15% off. Totally forgot. Ah, 311. This is too dark. I need 310. I'm messing this up. I'm giving her pink eye. Yeah, that's nice that they're discounting it. It's probably promotional and it's probably a limited time thing. Make sure whatever you buy from the company Arrtx. I'm just telling you this because they've had some people claiming, or Lightwish is another one you can buy from. We've had some other companies like try to steal their products and sell them, and it's not good. And it's actually fraudulent. So I always just make sure I know who I'm buying from. Okay, so let's talk about color a little bit, because I'm going to start adding a little bit of color here. 28, I wish I had, let's see. I don't want to make a mess here. I don't want to make a mess that I can't dig myself out of. I'm going to test out a couple markers here for eyebrow hair colors. That's what I'm doing right now. And I just dropped stuff. Okay, so eyebrow hair colors. That would be, it's like definitely ginger looking. Ooh, I just spattered. That's not good. Oh, I did have a little spatter here, you guys. So my suggestion is be really careful when you're working, because some of these are really juicy. That's too dark. So 101. Yeah, one of my markers kind of spattered a little. Okay, I think I'm going to use that color there. I think this is probably my best color for this. 8. Toss up here. Oh, maybe I'll use that one. Maybe I'll use a combination. Okay. Okay, so yes, all markers should have a brush nib. Okay, so I have two colors here. I'm going to put them both in here. This is 101, and this one is 31. Brow, eyebrow. Okay, yeah, I don't, oh well, I got some spatters on here. What can you do? But that's okay. So be careful and make sure your markers aren't too juicy, because they do sometimes, and also it's how you store them. And these, well, these were stored horizontally, so they shouldn't be bad. You guys should always store your markers horizontally. All right, so I'm starting with my 31, and I'm just going to add a few little flecks here and there. Now what I will say is with these neutrals, I'm going to try I'm gonna look and see if in the skin tone set there's more of a neutral light brown. That's what I'm missing in this set. They could use some more neutral, lighter tones. Every marker company, you guys, is missing colors or doesn't have enough of this or that, including my favorite Copic. I've always had a hard time getting the vibrant purples and violets from them. And I've bought other companies because of that. So I wouldn't let that stifle you if you're interested in, you know, other skin tone markers and learning how to use these. Let me just see. Some of these, ooh, 327, that's pretty. Ah, so this is a skin tone color. So these two right here are from the color set. Okay, and this one is 327. You can tell by the numbers, I guess. 327. I don't think that the colors coordinate like they did with Arrtx before. I don't think that they do with the Touch New, but I could be wrong. Ooh, that looks pretty together. So if you have both these sets, then you have a good range of colors here. Now, I am going to say that I would still want other colors than what I'm seeing here, just because there's some subtle shifts that I like to have. But you could get a lot done with these. And these would be good for like using underneath colored pencil for hair, like actual hair. You could try that on my mermaid at the end here. Maybe we'll give it a go. It's very stark here. It's too stark to me. I need like some other more subtle shades. And maybe there are some I'm just not seeing in here yet. Oh, here's another one. This is a skin tone shade. How does that compare? 301. So eyebrow. Okay. So I've just marked these here. These two colors were from the color set. The rest are all from the skin tones, I believe. So I just went out of the lines. Ah! And I wonder if we go back in with some skin tones around here, if that would help too. And you could spend a ton of time on eyebrows. I'm not going to do that today. I'm back in my 314 here, which I don't think I used this here. Oh, I did. It was the first one. Basic. So you can soften this, kind of use this like an eraser too. There we go. That looks better, right? So just showing you what you can do with markers if you want to use entirely markers, and that's up to you. All right, and one more thing, let's do some iris stuff here, and then we'll move on. I am using 172, which is a really lovely faint mint green. And this is from the color set. So now we have 3 colors from the color set. Iris. You guys see that okay? Sorry, my markers are growing towards me. So you struggle with using a base of marker under pencil. Oh, Sherry, then you're not, no. Sherry, that is like the best thing ever. Base of marker underneath is so good. Look at how beautiful this is. I'm just going right over that grayscale, just right over it. And it's so subtle. It's so pretty. Right? I just went over the reflection that I should not have gone over. Whoops. So there's that. And we can put a little bit of blue in there. This one is 144. That's what I love about these little brush tips. See how the detail I can get in there? It's like using a fine, fine, fine point marker. I love, 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 love detail. So much fun. These work really well for this. And I love these colors. They're so subtle. They don't even look like markers. They really look good. So I do like these, you guys. I do. I wish that there's the only complaints I have is that I wish that there was a little bit more of a color range than there is. And the other complaint that you guys know I've had, and I wrote about this in The Secrets of Coloring too, is I do like to have a marker that has a cap that you can put on the other side, and these do not. So you're going to have to, they are triangular though, so well, it did just roll, shouldn't have done that. They are triangular, so it's less inclined to roll off your table and lose your cap, which is good. And Copic does not either, just so you know. But my my other Arrtx markers, the other set, those do have caps that click on the back. Okay, so you can see what I've done here. It's looking pretty good, right? Not bad. Get in here and just get some pink going. Pink. So this is pink accents, and this is the tear duct. So I might make a note for myself for the future. The tear duct, right? I think that looks pretty good. You could even go in with some blues. I'm going to go back with that blue I used before. And you could add some blues into, ooh, that's really dark. Is that the blue I used before? Maybe there was another blue. Ah! G5, let's see. Well, I just made a big blue dot. Ah! No, I don't know what color it is. There might be another one somewhere. Let's see if we can erase that out. Oh, not bad. Got some of it off. Okay, well there we go. So I just learned something myself today. Thank you, Abby. So you can see it works pretty well. If you're, if you want to play a little bit more with markers and you're getting bored with your pencils, this is definitely another route you can go. And I do like this company. I do like their products. I've used them for a while now. I still have my my original markers from when I wrote that book. They still work. And that was 2019, you guys, so it's a good product. Okay, woo! All right, so one down. Let's do some Prismacolor, okay? I'm gonna put these away. Or at least I'll move them out of the way for now. And we might revisit, we'll see, we'll come back. Oops. Whoops, didn't mean to fling a marker across the room. All right, how about some quickie Prismacolor stuff here? We'll see what we can do. Okay, so you guys can see that came out, I would say that came out pretty decent, just for using markers. And you guys know I like to layer things with different things, so I normally don't just use markers. All right. So let's do some Prismas. I'm going to pull out my skin tone-ish colors from Prisma. You guys, if you have Prismacolors, you can use these. If you are one of my Patreon members, some of these will translate to Luminance. And you can use your Luminance conversion chart. Okay. All right. How are you guys doing out there? You good? Yeah, Sherry. Well, I hear ya, and you will see that if you guys are ever like at garage sales, look for Prismacolors, look online, see if you can buy them, old ones. This is old. This is barrel Prismacolors. They're not the current Prismacolors that are made by a different company. They're just not the same. Okay, so let's start with, I'm sorry I have spatters here. I have never seen their markers spatter. That's kind of upsetting, but I will let them know. I wonder what color that was too. Now I'm gonna have to try to figure it out. Can we erase it? I want to make it worse. It's probably too dry. Okay, whatever. Experimentation, right? Today's personal goal for today is to have fun, right? That's our goal. That's what we're doing. All right, so moving on. All right, so I'm going to start with Nectar, which is 1092. Nectar is like a basic skin tone color. It's darker than peach, it's pinker too, and it's a little more neutral, okay? Ah, it's a birthmark. Yes, it's a birthmark. We'll turn it into something. So thanks, Abby. And you saw how easy that was. That was not hard at all. You guys could do that too. Just takes a little bit of time and patience. All right, so these are Prismas. So that was Arrtx, and now Prisma. So now I'm going to do 1092. And this is going to be kind of base crease. I'm not going to put it everywhere because I want to leave a little bit of lightness, but this is sort of a medium color, so it'll help me establish, shadows and creases. So creases, I work a little differently, I guess, with a marker than I do with pencils. It's just a slightly different process. So creases, what else am I doing there? Creases and details, shadow. So that's what I wrote here. So I did not write down the color name here. You guys can use this however you want. Yes, or freckles. So as far as the breakage with Prismacolors, yes, I've actually experienced it myself recently, and it was most disappointing. It does happen. I have heard that if you put your Prismas in the oven for a very, very, very low temperature for a limited amount of time, that helps. If you put them in the sun for a very limited amount of time, if you hit them with a hair dryer. So hopefully that helps. Now, if you have an off-center lead, that means it was produced incorrectly. You're always going to have problems with them breaking. And I don't know why it's gotten so bad. I really don't. I don't understand. Prismacolor is an amazing product, and I just hate to see them have quality issues. Sorry, I'm not in the frame here. I'm just going through and adding some flecks in the crease and over here where I have a little bit of shade. And I am following the Greyscale, which is why I wanted to do this with you guys, because I want you to use the Greyscale. The Greyscale is a guide. It is a map for you. So where you see a darker tone of gray, use more layers of marker or use more layers or a darker tone of Prismacolor, or colored pencil. I'm going into these areas that are darker first, and I can hit the other ones after. Hopefully that makes sense. I like polychromos too, but I don't like them for skin. I love them for hair. In fact, my fairy video, or my fairy tutorials that I did, I made a boo-boo and I started out doing the hair, as I told my Patreon patrons. I started doing it with Prismacolor, and I left it that way so that they could see the overall result. But I strongly urge them to use polychromos instead of Prismacolors for hair. Now, Verithins which are Prismacolor brand pencils. They're just much, much harder than the soft core Premiers. Verithins are great for hair, really good for hair. But I like to mix them with a softer pencil as well. Okay, you guys with me? We doing okay? Again, this page is now on Etsy as a purchase page. At the end of this, I'll put in a code on Etsy for you guys to get a discount on this page for a limited time. But you will only have it if you watch this video. And my Patreon patrons already have it. The ones that were there a couple months ago. Now, what I do like about using colored pencils that is hard for me with marker is you definitely have a lot more flexibility in your hands and your wrists and ultimately the control of what you put down. Sometimes it's harder to control marker. I am not going to lie. It just is. It's a different beast. But it's also fun to use and it's different, so why not? And you get a beautiful, if you combine the two, you get gorgeous, gorgeous results if you do it right. So if you are not used to doing that, then I would suggest you look into my books, The Secrets of Coloring, The Secrets of Coloring 2, because I do quite a bit of that. Yeah, quite a bit of that. Della, they work great for tiny bits in Joanna's books. Yes, I can imagine. Lots of details. Okay, so this is all nectar. Oh, I didn't put it here. And by the way, you can use these, you can divide these in half and, you know, do multiple or one heavy coat here and a light coat here so you can see what they look like if you want to do it that way. I'm going to give my upper level patrons more organizing materials, stuff like this, you know, and stuff like this for conversions. So be on the lookout for that stuff. All right, so now I'm going to use my peach, which is $9.39. Okay, I am going to sharpen this just a wee bit. Okay, so and again, you know, if you guys want to do in upcoming tutorials and stuff like that, if you want to do more, to do some deeper skin tones, I'd be happy to do that. You just got to let me figure it all out first, exactly what we want it to look like and how we're going to use it, how I'm going to demonstrate it. I did do one deeper skin tone in The Secrets of Coloring 2. But I didn't do as deep of a skin tone as I could have. I wanted there to be a range. But we can go even further. And that is what I talk about in the book too. Okay, so this looks pretty, right? With the peach. Now, if we were following what I did as a cool color, oh, you know what? I forgot to do a giveaway, you guys. We got to do a giveaway. I'm using a little bit of this PC 1086. This isn't the color I really wanted. I wanted the, what is it, cloud blue? 1086. I just wrote that in there. Oh, well. And I put this in some of my shadow areas. This is in the Secrets of Coloring 2 book. We talk about this kind of stuff. Adding colors like this for reflected light. And I'm going to use a little bit of this in the eye itself. Because eyes do reflect light. If you're outside, you better believe that you are getting some sky in your eye. Or if you're sitting by a window. Right? That looks pretty. Maybe a little bit overboard there, but I did it. Whatever. And I don't know. Abby, should we do a giveaway? Are you guys ready for a giveaway? We're losing people here. I wish we had a few more. Let's do a giveaway. All right. The first giveaway I'm going to do. Oh, what a great Mother's Day present this would be. Is these Touch New 40-piece markers. You can see the range there in colors. And this is going to be for a US person only. Okay, so you must be in the continental US to win this one. Okay. The next one will be beyond the US, which is the brush markers. But these are lovely colors. I use them all the time. All right. Is Abby here? I need to make sure Abby's here before we start any kind of giveaway. I don't know what happened to Kimmy today. Abby! We'll wait for Abby. I'll continue until she checks in. Let's see. 1017, Clay Rose. Oh, there's Abby. So this will be shadows for sure. Okay. All right, you guys, we're gonna do the giveaway. I'm gonna write it up into the chat when I say go, go, go. Oh, actually I need to put my notes up for you guys. Let me put up my rules because these are big prizes here. I wanna make sure that we do this right. Okay, so let's go over the rules. Okay, please follow these rules. Make sure you're in live chat view. Don't chat. Once I say no chatting, be respectful of the other players and mods if they need to remove your comment. It's no offense to you, it's nothing personal. Choose one number and only one number between 1 and 100. You choose your number, that is your number, choose wisely, you cannot retract it, okay? Once you put it out there. This is like Bob Barker used to say, the winner is closest to the random number without going over. So if I say the number is this and you're 1 over, I know that you might be closer, but that doesn't mean you win. The person who's closest to it that's under wins. You will hear me say go, go, go and stop, 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 but only post when you see that in chat, okay? And you must send a message within 24 hours to my Facebook artist page if you won. I will send you your prize later. And what you need to do is send me a message and send me your address. And it needs to be, this first one needs to be a US address. The next one will not. Okay? All right, so I am going to put this back into the other view here. Okay, and I have my random.org here. And so this will be one set of Touch New markers that I'm going to send to you, okay, for Happy Mother's Day. So I'm getting ready to type it. When you see it typed, that means that you can say what you need to say. So go, go, go. No other chatting. 1 to 40. Or I'm sorry, 1 to 100. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Keep them coming. Only enter once, please. Anybody else? Looking for numbers, no chatting, just numbers, please. 1 to 100. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and stop, stop, stop. Okay, I am going to do a auto generate here. The result is 99. Wow. Okay. 99. Who is closest to 99? Oh, is it Helen? I think it might be Helen. What do you say, Abby? Is it Helen? I'm waiting for Abby to confirm. I think it might be Helen. Are we all still there? Sorry, you guys, I'm just waiting for confirmation. Abby, are we good? I think, yeah, I think that there's a major lag here. Yay, Helen! I'm sorry. I don't know what that lag was. I've never seen it that bad. Okay. So Helen wins the 40 pieces, the 40 markers. Touch new. So Helen, you're going to need to send me your address, my dear. Okay, just send it on my Facebook artists page, and I will get them to you. Yay, Helen. Let's give her a hand. All right, we're going to color for a little bit more, and then we'll do another giveaway. I love doing giveaways. I wish we had more people here. Can we get some more people here? Tell your friends, tell your friends. Okay, so back to where we were. So we were starting with shadows with 1017, which is clay rose. The number was, what was it? 70 something. No, sorry, was it 70 something, 90 something? I can't even remember now. 93, it was 93. Okay. I see your comments now, Abby. Yep, I see it now. I think there's just a major lag going on here. Oops, I forgot to do the darker and lighter version of this here, so. Okay. The number was 99 that I called. The number was 99. All right, so shadows. Shadows, okay. So I'm going into the creases. I'm getting into some of these little areas here. Now, it does help to keep a nice sharp pencil here, guys. Yeah, Abby, I think it's just the lag. I don't know. There's something going on with that. I don't think it's you particularly. All right, so we'll do some more markers soon. Tell your friends to join us. Okay, so the next markers that I give away, I can give away to somebody in the US, Canada, the UK, or any of the EU countries, European countries, Japan, or what is KR? Is that South Korea? KR? I don't know if that's South Korea, but I can give to any of those places, and I'll say it again before we do that one. just to let you guys know. And hopefully you guys can all try to enter there. If not, I will do one more giveaway with some coloring pages. How about that? And that can be for anyone. So I'm using this to just get some of, you know, you can refine a little bit more than you can with the markers more easily. I mean, if I spent a lot of time with the markers, I might be able to. All right, so that was that. And now I'm going to do 1013, which is, I like this 127 color too. What color is this? This is Deco Peach. 1013. Hi, Mona. Good to see you. You just missed a giveaway. I'm glad you're here because there's going to be another one and it's for markers. You okay, Abby? I see your posts. I do see your posts here. Okay, so thanks, Stella, South Korea. Yay. Okay, this is good. This is fun. Get your friends coming here, you guys. This is big. This is big. Like, I don't give away markers very often, and this is a beautiful set of skin tone markers I'm going to be giving away. They're brush markers. You saw me just use them to do this, right? Yay, Helen. Okay, so Deco Peach. This is, I need some more peachy, warmer peach in here. So let's do this. This is, I think that this is light peach here. 927. You guys tell me, is that light peach because it wore off of mine? I'm pretty sure it's light peach. So I'm going to put some of this in the top of her eyebrow here, or sorry, upper eyelid here. I'm just going to kind of feather it in. By the way, I am printed on cardstock today. This is just regular, inexpensive cardstock. If you're interested in cheapy supplies and cheapy everything, I just did, what was it, a month or month and a half ago, a tutorial on YouTube for using the Prismacolor, the inexpensive Prismacolor skin tone set that just came out. If you want to watch that, I did it on both basic cardstock and copy paper. And I will tell you, cardstock wins for sure. Not like, it was not enjoyable to use copy paper, but if you need to, you do what you got to do. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, right? Oh no, Mona, you know, and I scheduled this last minute. I am so sorry. I've been meaning to do it for the longest time. Is Amber here? Hi, Amber. I didn't even see Amber come in. I have been meaning to do this, but I was not feeling well. And I wanted to get this done because I promised my patrons that I would do it. So here I am, right? All right, I'm going to get some pinks back in here to do, maybe I'll use this nectar again to get in this little area here. The tear duct is what we call it. And you also do have, I'm going to use a little bit of this pink too. This is like a real pink, 928. Blush pink. So we use this in the whites, tear ducts. Thank you, Mona. So I'm just using a little bit of this all over, and I'm gonna, you have little veins and things in your eye. Now I could go in and draw individual veins, and there's so much detail in this iris that it would make sense to go in and draw, you know, little blood vessels or whatever. But obviously we're not going to do that today. We don't have time for that today. But you could do that. I'm going to add just a little bit of color here. And I'm going to go into that peachy color again, which is the 927. And just get in here a little bit. And I want to make this rim stand out more, so I'm going to add some darker color around it, which is the clay rose. And that looks pretty, right? Yes, I am feeling better now. I had some weird stomach stuff going on for a couple weeks there. I don't know what was really scared me. I saw the doctor this past week, and I won't get into details here, but yeah, he thinks I'm going to be okay. So that's good. All right, let's get some more color in here. Let's get some eyebrows. Raw Umber 941. So you can use this part of this page to either list your colors and brand name, or you can just put your notes here so you know what you used where. And that's what I'm using it for, because I'm using all Prismacolor, so it's not going to affect the brand name. So this is 941 Raw Umber. All right, I'm going to do another giveaway. We're at 25 people. Let's see if we can get a couple more people in here. And we will do that marker giveaway. I think that's what you guys are waiting for. And just a shout out to Arrtx for allowing me to do this giveaway and giving me this stuff to test out to see how it worked, because that's how you know. I have put those products in my influencer shop, so if you are looking for those specifically, they are in there. I post a list of the pencils I used. Sure, I can do that when I'm all done. I know you love your list, Sherry. I love coloring eyes too. I love coloring eyes and coloring hair. Huh. Okay, so there's a nice little eyebrow there. That looks kind of weird right there. It's supposed to be a highlight, but it doesn't look right. You could spend more time, put some more browns in here, different colors. Something to make it look more realistic is get a really sharp pencil. If you have a Verithin, do you guys want me to show you how to use a Verithin here? Because a Verithin makes all the difference. Let me grab a Verithin. See if I can find it. Yep, I got it. So I'm using a dark umber Verithin. That's this pencil right here. I do have these listed in my Amazon influencer shop. These are, for whatever reason, Verithins are cheaper than soft core Premiers. So see how razor sharp you can get that point? That's the beautiful thing about Verithin. You cannot do that with Prismacolor Premiers. You cannot do that with Luminance. So I can get in here. Do you see this? That's why this is so good for hair. Do individual little hairs like you would really see. And we can show the change in the position of the hairs too. So you see what a difference it makes to use Verithin for something like this. So you could use polychromos if you have your polychromos. Those will work pretty well. But for tiny hairs, for something, those are going to be your best bet. I think that Verithins do not get the attention they deserve. They're like sort of in a class of their own. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to show you that. Show you what's possible. And let's get some, this was a 956 dark umber. Sorry, 756. I'm just going to do this here. Verithin. Okay. And you can also use it, this is another thing you can use it for. This is a Verithin too. I use Verithins to do a lot of the drawings that I do for you guys for pages. I use a combination of Verithins, and I actually use black Crayola pencils because they are hard, but not as hard as Verithin, so I can get a little darker. I cannot use Prismacolors to draw with. So if you want to really get some good depth in there, this is the way to go. See how dark that is? That looks really good. Okay, I'm just going to get some color in here, and then we'll do our other giveaway. Yay, we have 28 people. Call your friends, call your neighbors, tell them to come and join us. So I've got, let's see, I've got, and this is an old pencil. This is my 70% cool gray, 1065. I'm going to need one more slot here. 65. And this is going to be iris. So this is going to go in the center. And this is why I'm writing this down, so I can remember for next time. Center, and I'm going to call it the ring. Okay, so that, and then I'm going to use this color here. Oops, I just broke my lead. 920, which is light green. I did not do a very good job in that box. Oh well. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. Oh, no. I wanted to use this color. Slate gray, 936. We're going to do a combination here. So, sorry you guys. I'll put this on our list. Slate gray, which is 936. So this is the iris. This is both these colors here. So if you look at someone, a lot of times the center part of their iris is a different color than the rest of their iris. So take a look real close at pictures of eyes or your family members. And I like to give it a little hint of color that I extend out a little bit, but it's mostly just in this center area here. See that? See how much that just came to life just by adding that little bit of color right there? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my light green that I put down there, which is 920. And I'm going to just lightly go over these areas here. So this will be a nice sort of blue-green eye, blue-green-gray. And just that little bit of color, you can see how much it pumps that up, right? I'm going for something similar to this, maybe not quite exact, but close. And that's why I love the grayscale for this. It's all that information is already there for you. You don't need to add anymore. You just add the colors you want. And now I'm going to use this part on the ring. So I actually haven't used any gray yet. I'm going to maybe use a little bit of the gray just to darken on the outside. So I made a boo-boo there when I misspoke. Because I like getting some color here. I love getting color on the ring. And what happens when you are coloring an eye, or when you're looking at an eye, the light hits it somewhere. In this case, it's hitting it on the right side. And it goes through that iris, because that iris is not a solid piece. It's transparent, right, or translucent. And then the lightest part of it actually comes out here. So this part right here is going to be your brightest color. And I learned that from one of my favorite professors. His name was Gary Meyer. He just passed away maybe 2 months ago, which was very sad. Great guy. Okay. Looks good, right? So again, this page is on Etsy if you want to use it to practice doing eyes. And if you are interested in learning to draw eyes, let me know. If you'd like to see it as an Etsy page or a Patreon benefit, I already have it recorded because it took me, I don't know how many hours, 5 hours to draw the eye. So I definitely have it. It needs to be edited. Cool. That looks good, right? I'm gonna just get a couple lashes in here. I'm running low here. And by the way, do I have my pencils here? Oh yeah. I also have these. Look at this, you guys. This is on my Amazon influencer page. This is a pencil holder and it doesn't take up. It's so thin. It's not one of those huge honking ones. And to release your pencil, you push down on this and it's like a syringe. So it just pops it right back out. Pretty cool. So that way, I'm not grabbing so tight and I don't end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. These are on my influencer page as well. However, I will warn you that they take a while to come here. I believe that they're coming from Asia. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. All right, let's do a giveaway. Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. Let's see, do I have Abby here? There's Abby. All right, Abby, you want to do a giveaway? All right, this time the giveaway is for can you guys see this? Here, I'm going to zoom out. This Arrtx Oros 36-piece set of skin tones and all the goodies, the holders, the little individual holders, marker holders. And there's a bag in there, a carrying bag. So cute. I love this company. Look at, they even give you little stickers. So this one is for, this is the biggie, you guys. This is for my Patreon party. Okay, so this one, again, I'm able, you can enter this if you are living in the USA, Canada, the UK, any of the EU countries, European countries, Japan, or KR, which I believe is South Korea. If that's you, then you may enter this particular giveaway, okay? So I'm going to say good luck to everybody. I just want to say that this is not sponsored by YouTube. YouTube is not affiliated with this giveaway or the previous giveaway that I did in the past hour. And this is thank you to Arrtx, the marker company, because they are actually giving this away to you. So anybody who lives in those countries that I mentioned, USA, Canada, UK, EU countries, Japan, and South Korea, you are eligible. If you are not in those countries, please do not enter because I won't be able to get it to you. And for those people who are not in any of these places, I will do a PDF giveaway before we leave, okay? All right, so I am going to call it in a minute. Let's just go over the rules one last time just to make sure that you know what they are. Make sure you're in live chat view. Choose one number and only one number between 1 and 100. Okay, you cannot retract it. The winner is the closest to that random number without going over. Okay, we had a pretty close one last time, but it was, you know, it didn't follow that rule exactly. You will hear me say go, go, go and stop, 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 but only post when you see it in chat. Do not post until you see it in chat. Any numbers posted after stop will be deleted. Please send a message to me on Facebook, on my Facebook artist page. If you won, I will send you your prize later. I will need your address and your email and all that good stuff. Okay? All right, so I'm getting ready to do this. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay, this is for 36 brush markers from Arrtx. So go, go, go. Keep them coming. Okay, I'm gonna give you about 30 more seconds. Woohoo! Markers, everybody. Markers on Mother's Day. Nothing better. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. Random number. Here we go. By the way, there is a 17-second delay. I counted it. Here we go. 1 to 100. I'm generating a number here. 61. Ooh, sorry, I didn't do that. I forgot to put this here, shoot. No, here we go. 61, sorry you guys, I didn't put that on. I didn't have it on the right screen. 61, 61, who is my winner without going over? Marie. Is it Marie? Marie Sequoy? Can somebody confirm that for me? I'm just waiting for confirmation. Is it Marie? It looks like Marie to me. Abby, can you confirm? Marie! Marie Sequoy! Marie! Congrats, Marie! Yay! Marie won that one. All right, so Marie just won herself 36 skin tone brush markers. Where did I put them? Just like these guys from Arrtx. Thank you to Arrtx for this lovely, amazing product and giveaway. So congrats to Marie. Yay. Okay, all set. Woohoo! All right. I'm going to do one more thing and then I'm going to do my final giveaway with you guys, which is my PDF pages. I just wanted to, what were we going to do with this? I can't even remember what I said. Oh, we were going to try maybe hair or something. So I kind of envisioned her with a deeper skin tone and maybe having like golden, golden hair that is like, you know, like bleached by the sun. So again, this is my Calypso. She's on Etsy. what I'm doing here is I am just adding little bits with the brush marker. That's why I love these. Congrats, Marie. Make sure you send me that information. And if for some reason I don't get that information in the next day or so from these people, then I will do another giveaway. So this is one way to use markers for hair and to combine it with pencil. I just printed this on Tone Tan. You guys know I love my Tone Tan. Okay, we're going to do one PDF giveaway. Let's see if I can find another lighter golden shade. I don't know if there is one. I'm not familiar with these markers yet, so, and I definitely do not have a swatch chart. But if anybody does buy these and wants to swatch them and send me a chart, I'd love ya. Because I know you guys want me to focus my time on making pages. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Abby. Yep, all the information should be under the video. I think I did a pretty thorough job of getting that there, but you see how it starts to look reflective, glimmery, shiny already just from putting these few strokes. Let's see if I can't find a lighter color to go on top of some of this, and then I'll do my last giveaway with you guys. And I'm going to clean up because I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do this weekend, and I need to relax a little. I've been going non-stop. I need a little bit of a break. My husband is doing an awesome job taking care of me. Let's see what color this is. Is this like greenish? Oh, that might work. I don't know. So this is, that was 31 and this is 49. That works. So if you follow the grayscale, you can see where I've put the light and the dark, and that should make it pretty easy for you to determine how to color it. How many of you guys prefer light pencil line art over grayscale? And how many of you prefer just grayscale? Or do you not care? Because I'm going to start pulling my patrons on this stuff because I basically draw in grayscale. Did you say order from company is better, Jennifer? Order from Arrtx or Lightwish. Both of those are the same company. So if you can order from them, you'll be safe. You just don't want to order for some random supplier because sometimes they are not real product. I believe that any of the links that I have supplied are good ones. So I will go in and I'll add the links directly to, I think I did add the links to the products there, but I might not have all of them. And there were, like somebody said, there was a sale going on some of the sets. So I want to make sure I get all of those links for you. People are just grayscale. Interesting. Or both. Yeah, because I've had a few people ask for line art very rarely. And, you know, I think that some really super skilled colorists like the line art because they don't like all the information in there and they don't need the help. So they just want their own, you know, line art, which I understand. because the grayscale does kind of dictate where your lighting goes and all that stuff. But I actually color, when I draw these, I draw to a degree in grayscale. So I actually have to go back to make a second page if I'm gonna do line art as well. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I don't do line art first and then grayscale because I can't get all the details in. I can't figure it out unless I add shading to it. I can go back in after and eliminate the shading, but I can't. It just makes a lot of work. Do I have any of my polys here? I'm not going to be listing my polys here if I even have them. Where are they? Oh. Maybe I'll use my Verithins. I don't know if I have enough colors to do it. Let's see. Okay, I guess I could try. So I'm using that same Verithin here just to get some of these shades in. You can see how you can blend marker with colored pencil. And it does make it go faster. I could do a better job of this and find the right colors. I didn't exactly find the right colors to do all this, you guys, so it would look better if I did. But I just wanted to show you how you can combine these things to create a whole different effect. And that's usually how I use markers. I'm going to sharpen my pencil here. Sorry for the noise. So yeah, the new Prismacolors are made in Mexico. They're not US made. I have not had any issues with Verithins, I'll say that much. I feel like I need darker darks up here, so there's a lot I could be doing to make this look the way I want it to look. But maybe I'll finish it. Maybe I'll do something with you guys with this. All right, let's do one more giveaway. And has anybody signed up for Patreon today? I hope you guys will join me. That's one of my reasons for, excuse me, for making this a public post, because it was going to be a patron only post. But then I decided, let's open this up and make this a party and show everybody what we are doing, so that you can see what it is that we do in my Patreon group, because people don't understand what Patreon is, and I wanted to show you guys how it works. And a lot of you are my members that are here, so thank you for coming. As I say to you, and I've written everybody a note who is in my Patreon group, the biggest compliment that you can give me is to recommend my books, pages, website, or my Patreon group to your friends that like to color. It helps me. It basically guarantees that I continue doing what I'm doing. Right now, as I said, I've been much slower than I want to be with producing new things and getting stuff out there, but I hope that as soon as school ends in the next 6 weeks, that will change. And at that point, I will be offering some new levels, some new tiers for Patreon. And by the way, I did poll my patrons to ask them what they'd like to see for higher level tiers. And I'm seeing things like they'd like to see more experimentation, live stream experimentation stuff, which, hey, that's cool. I can experiment a little bit. I can't guarantee it's always going to come out pretty, but if you want to experiment with me, then, you know, I'm game. And I'm also seeing things like, you know, people want critiques and people want, I mean, obviously people want more pages and more tutorials, but I'm trying to find creative ways to do this. And one of the benefits, as I mentioned earlier today, of the higher tier Patreon group will be to have access to some of the stuff that we've already done to our library. And if you are just there, you just want a page and a tutorial, then you just join at the $3 level. If you want a few extra perks like charts and the color conversion things that I make from time to time and a couple additional variations of pages that I'm putting out there, then join the $5 group. That's my, my opals, okay? All right, so I'm going to do the last giveaway, and I think for this giveaway, we are going to do the eye page that I just did, and I will make that open to anyone. You can be living anywhere, so that way everybody is accounted for here, okay? So let's do one more. I don't think I need to turn on the rules again, do I? We'll do that one more time. And let me just get myself all ready here. All right, you guys. When I say go, 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 you will, and when you see it written, that's your cue to put in your number. It's 1 to 100. And just tell me one number, no retracting it. One number, it cannot go over the number, the random number that I choose, okay? It's got to be under it. Closest to wins, all right? And if we have a tie, then you both get pages. How about that? Ooh, I didn't even think about what happens if you get a tie with the markers and I don't have 2 sets to give away. Glad that didn't happen. Okay, go, go, go. Are you guys ready? So go, go, go. Did it work? There we go. So this is for the eye page. The eye page. Okay, I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Get it in there. All right, everybody. Stop, stop, stop. All right. And now I'm going to do this live so you can actually see it this time. I'm sorry about that last time. I'm going to generate a number. You guys ready? Set. Here we go. 73. 73. Let's see who got closest without going over. 8. Ooh. Oh, we have a close one. Donna Siebold, is that right? Donna, is that the right one? Can I get confirmation? Just waiting on confirmation for my page winner. Donna, it's Donna. Yay, Donna Siebold. You won this eye page. Yay. So you guys, we've done a lot today, right? That was kind of cool. Markers, pencils. I talked to you about Patreon. If you have any questions about what we've done in the months past, feel free to ask. I hope some of you will join me. I hope to see some of you guys today. And if you do join today, if you join this week, where did I put it? Because you guys know I can never find what I'm looking for. My Thalassa page is what I was looking for. Ah, here she is. So if you joined today, this is the page that I just finished yesterday and put up there. And I actually did a tiny little snippet video of coloring a little lock of her hair, just so you can see how I go about doing it and why it takes me forever and a day to create a coloring page. So anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm sorry I haven't been live a lot lately. My Patreon members know that I actually am having a hand surgery in the next couple of weeks, so I probably won't be doing a whole lot for a little bit, but I am going to create another page for next month. I know we're doing another month in a row with a page, but I figured we've got a tutorial here, a couple little tutorials, and if I'm feeling up to it, if my hand is feeling okay, because it is my drawing hand, then I will, if I'm feeling okay, I'll attempt to do something. But thank you for joining me if you joined today. Thank you for your constant support, you guys. I so appreciate you being there. Thank you to all of my patrons whose opals, I have to put all your names in this post. And I am going to send out a newsletter. I would have sent it out prior to this event, but I have just been swamped. And I just wanted to make sure I got that page to you as promised. So I will, in my newsletter, also write your names in there, because I got to give you guys shout outs. So thank you so much for being there for me, you guys. And I hope that this has been fun and that you continue to learn, because I do too. Every time I do something, I do. Because Abby taught me something today, right? Anyway, thank you for being here. And I hope to see you guys again soon.